What's up YouTube, WK Team DKF. New deck list I want to show you guys. Before I get into that, just want to talk about the artwork in these two cards. I wish more of the cards would have detail like this. I mean, that's a cool card to, the artwork is pretty cool. And then this kind of reminds me of a Gundam. Can't remember the name, but he had the spear and all that. I'm also building Yusei Fudo 5, so if you guys have a Junk Berserker Ghost Rare, please trade that to me so I can present that video to you guys. So I'd like to show you the deck list now. The Birdman, Tengu, Diva funness. So here it is. 3 Tengu, 3 Birdman, 2 Spear Reaper, 2 Gravekeeper Spy, Sangin, Deep Sea Diva, times 3. Gilman, 2 Chaos, Gores, Plague Spreader, and Veiler. We'll do the spells next. Here we have 2 Pot of Duality, 2 Pot of Avarice, 2 MST, Monster Reborn, Book of Moon, Dark Hole, Giant Trinade, Mind Control, Enemy Controller. Next we'll move on to the traps. The traps are Royal Oppression, 2 Traps done, Torrential Tribute, Mirror Force, 2 Solemn Warning, Solemn Judgment, and last on the list is going to be the extra deck. We've got Locomotion R Gen X, Trishula, Mistworm, soon to be a second Trishula when I get a second one. Dark End Dragon, Stardust Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Thoughtwheeler Archfiend, Scrap Archfiend, Black Rose Dragon, Arcanite Magician, Gaia Knight, Tempest Magician, Brionac, Cataster, and Magical Android. Alright, after this I just want to take the time to explain to you some of the plays and card choices that I've chosen for the deck. Alright, let me quickly explain card choices and card interactions and basically how to play the deck. Looking at it, seems like a bunch of disparate cards kind of mashed together, but if you notice, you have the Tengus, Sangin, Spies, Reapers, Gores and his token. These are all cards that kind of float. Floaters are cards that replace themselves in one way or another. So Reaper doesn't necessarily float, but when he's on the field, he kind of stays there for a while. And in that, he facilitates having double chaos. You should generally have a monster to tribute between the Reapers and all the cards that float. In addition to the cards that float, you have your set of Divas. Silent Drew's favorite monster, Silent Enigma. But yeah, the Divas help facilitate mass synchroing, especially if you have a Tengu. They don't manage to kill the Tengu. The Tengu Diva gets a Gilman. Now you have a Trishula play that's 9 stars, 5 and 4. Sync for Trishula, resolve his effect, then Tengu brings you another one. So right there, that's 4,100 on board. So if they saw them early, or for whatever reason they're below 4,000, you now have game on board. And with Trishula, you could have hit that Gores in hand, and the other fake could have hit the Mirror Force or whatever. So that sets up some really cool plays in my opinion. Other things, you have the Spies. Spy, flip Spy, bring out the second one, go Diva, gets Gilman, and from here you got all kind of choices. You can go into Trishula here. You can go Tempest Magician or Brionac, or Gaia Knight, Force of the Earth. One of my favorite plays is when I flip Spy. I can bounce one for Argenx, go into either Black Rose, or I can go into Arcanite Magician. And if they happen to Veiler my Arcanite or Black Rose, I can either swing or tribute the Arcanite or Black Rose for Chaos, since I haven't used a normal summon yet. Or if I Black Rose after that, I can always just set the Spy, and at least I'll have a 2000 defense. Or I can just summon a Diva, get Gilman, go into Catastor or Android, soon to be Hyper Librarian. Other really cool combos in a complicated game state. You have a face down Spy. They attack it, don't manage to kill it. Get your second Spy. Your turn. You tribute Spy for Chaos. Nuke their back row. It might be Solemn Warning. They have a big monster on board. They're like, they let it go. Like, cool. And even if they do warning it, that's cool. But let's say they don't, you hit a Mirror Force or whatever. So you hit their back row. They're thinking you're a scrub because you didn't take out their monster. You then bounce your Spy, Birdman, and bring out the big choo-choo. Take their monster. Say they had a Scrap Dragon. Use his effect and take their Scrap Dragon. So, looking at the deck, there's a lot of intricate combos. I mean, we're running, 8 tuners? So I felt mind control was really necessary. Again, with the floaters, Flip Spy, Sangan. You could easily go Diva. If you've already burned your Gilman, Diva gets Diva. Tribute off one of the Divas. Take your opponent's monster, synchro with it. Other things Econ can do, block an attack, make a monster more vulnerable by putting it in defense position so you can run it over. And that's just, what I like about that choice. As far as the traps, the Solemn Gang, that's kind of standard in my opinion. We're not quite where the OCG is, where they don't have to run those cards. I don't understand why they don't. But I don't like my opponent dropping multiple monsters on me in one turn. Trap Stun, a lot of people don't like it as a neg-1, but I run Royal Oppression. So in addition to Trunade, I have the Trap Stuns to turn it on and off. So I can make my big plays and then have Oppression to block my opponent out. And so that's why I run it. Plus, with the lack of Raikou, Lilas, and those sort of things for mass back row clearing, or just clearing back rows in general, I like the Trap Stun. I can turn off their back rows, drop an Arcanite Magician, pop their 2 back rows, and then set up again. Or I can make a Scrap Dragon, pop their dude, swing, and then have my Oppression face up, and any other combination of cards in my hand to protect my Scrap Dragon. So, also, I have to explain Thought Ruler Archfiend, Tempest Magician, and Scrap Archfiend. You guys know that Thought Ruler Archfiend is so champ. D-Prison is getting major. Gemini Spark, compulsory, all those cards target. And Thought Ruler says no to those cards. Plus gaining life points is huge after playing Warning or Solemn. You need those extra life points. And with Goyo gone, Thought Ruler Archfiend's not so bad anymore. And same with Scrap Archfiend. We go into 7s a lot with Birdman, Tengu, Birdman, Spy. So 2700 beats, takes down a lot of synchros and a lot of other monsters. And Tempest Magician can help make Pot Avarice live. We can easily go Flip Spy, get Spy, Diva gets Diva, go Tempest and Gaia, ditch our hand for that last bit of burn for damage. Or we could go Spy gets Spy, summon Plague, Tempest, stack for Gaia, stack for Brio, whatever. So, the combos are there. And there's been several times when, I know there's been several times when you're playing an opponent and you have them at like 1100 life points, or after it's all said and done, you got them down to 2500 life points and you have a few cards left in hand. Burn them that last little bit. It makes their warnings dead. If you have oppression face up, you can burn them with oppression, get them too low to where they can't pay too often for royal oppression, and you can control the game from there. You'd be surprised on how a random burn can help win games. Alright, hope you guys enjoyed this. It's Dub K Dad, Team DKF. Please comment down below and let me know what you think of the deck. I spent quite a bit of time testing the deck and perfecting the deck before we even got Tengu. As soon as I heard about the effect, I rushed out and built the deck around it. So it's pretty hot. Birdman, Tengu, Diva. Alright, Dub K Dad, Team DKF, and I'm out.